So, it's only about a month and a half away or so at max, so let's talk about Dragon Ball Daima. Just trying to get this off the ground. We're doing some new things on this channel, but this is mainly my Dragon Ball channel while actually being my anime and manga channel in general. So we will be doing a lot of Dragon Ball stuff here, talking about Daima, new manga chapters as they come out, new developments in the Dragon Ball community, as well as Sparking Zero when that comes out, because man, I cannot wait to play that game. If you're looking at the posters in the background, just know that my main channel currently is a trading card game channel, and my main game of choice is Dragon Ball Super Fusion World. So if you want to see that, the link will be in the description. But past that, I want to talk about Dragon Ball Daima and actually just think about the things I want to see from it most, because we're starting to see a lot of news come out, and by news I mean leaks, and by like I guess a lot, it's really for the most part mainly Geekdom 101. So shout out to him, I guess. But the thing is, we're starting to see more and more of what the story is going to be. You know, the demon world bits, a little bit of the proposed plot, if the leaks are to be believed, which is that the demon world is in turmoil because they don't have a rightful leader. There's a little bit of a power struggle, and the Z fighters are going to get sucked in to that power struggle. A couple things that I wanted to note is that we have seen very, very little of what the traveling party is going to be. We obviously know that Goku's going to be involved. We've seen a lot of focus on Vegeta and Supreme Kai, and that being Shin, the Supreme Kai. And realistically, it looks to me as if Vegeta is going to be like a Duro protagonist, as he generally has been for quite some years. The things that lead me to this, not only do we have like leaks from Geekdom saying that Vegeta will not only be fighting, but will access a Super Saiyan form that he hasn't in the canon before, but has in other continuities, and I think we can read between the lines. We can read between these three lines and kind of see what that may entail. However, we also have things like in the Dragon Ball Super card game, I'll put them on screen right now, we have starter decks for both Goku and Vegeta in their little chibi forms from the Demon Curse. And I think that, you know, you could just use Vegeta as a flagship character, but I think that, like, if they wanted to do something else, if Vegeta wasn't going to be pulling his own weight in this series as a protagonist, they could have probably just put one of the new Demon Realm characters, or maybe even made Shin a blue leader, since there's already lots of Kai cards and whatnot in the color blue. But that's a whole conversation for another thing. Like I said, that's my TCG channel. It was just like points that made me think, interesting. And when it comes through here, there are a couple things that I would like to see kind of played out, like either like parts I want fleshed out, retcons I think, and I want to take you guys on that journey. So one of my things that I really want to see happen, I need a retcon on Deborah. Like, hear me out. So you can look it up, you can go on the wikis, you can look up other sources. Deborah, he was the king of Demon Realm, and he had existed for like thousands of years apparently. But apparently his thousands of years of being a reigning monarch of a whole different plane of existence amounted to him essentially not even being like Super Saiyan 2 strength. So yeah, no, I would like to see them kind of go in and talk about how that was not his full power. Like, maybe you couldn't access Deborah's full power because he was mind controlled, or he had that influence of Babidi just over him, and that maybe like he had bigger depth to his power. Because if Deborah was the monarch of this demon realm, unless everybody suffered like extreme evolution in these past 10 years max, that just doesn't really put Demon World at a really good space to be like the focal point of a new series. In fact, it's just like, it's trash. Like, if nobody is stronger than Deborah, this entire realm is booty butt cheeks. That being said, I would really like to see them somehow figure out a way to be like, oh no, Deborah was like not in full control of his functions, and this is the real strength you can expect from the demon realm. Because like when it came to ferocity, bro pulled up with it. Do y'all remember what happened the first time we saw him? Like moments after doubling down on probably the worst plan known to godkind, which, let me remind you, just in case you forgot, involved letting a high schooler get her ass destroyed by a grown, roid rage, bald man who has a grudge against her father, so that her boyfriend, not boyfriend at the time, can get upset enough to unleash his true power to then sit there with your right hand man, not knowing if you actually have enough energy to stop this dude on a rampage, to square up with him, to then freeze said teenager with an unstoppable amount of power, to have his power drained, to take it back to the crib so that you can follow the goons back to the crib, to then find where Babidi is. And I know what people are saying. Hey, look, Shin could not find Babidi's spaceship without them going back to it with the energy. Look, I mean, maybe it's common sense, maybe I'm missing something, but if both Yamu and Spopovich are at the World Tournament, don't they gotta go home at some point? Like, at some point, can't you follow them to the crib? They would have to go back eventually. Like, what's the difference between whether you let all of this stupid stuff happen, or you just, like, wait till they get hungry? Man, we didn't find the energy. Hey, I'm pretty starving. You trying to go back to the crib, Yamu? Yeah, Spope. Let's go. Like, that's all he had to do. But I digress. Back to Dabura. Shin pulled up to Babidi's address, saw Dabura come out, and was like, oh, nah, we can't go strolling up in there if Dabura's there. And they were like, dude, what are you talking about? Dude, Dabura took no time. He literally looked over, it appears we have some guests. And he just went off from there. Like, he came up, he put a hand right in front of Kibito's face. This is how you knew that nobody liked Kibito. Not even Shin. Because they just sat there. They sat there and watched this dude before he just got annihilated. And they still just stood there like this dude's face got fried, bro. Like, and from that moment on, I knew that Dabura was a menace. Until he got, fought on almost even grounds with a very out of shape, very undertrained Gohan. So, look, I digress. All I'm saying is Dabura deserved better, and I'm hoping that we see a different side of him in Dragon Ball Daima. Okay, my next point here, I'm a Gohan stan, I know this, but like, where the heck is Gohan in any of these trailers? Bro literally hasn't even seen. They showed almost everybody getting like child cursed, but just Gohan just not in the frame. So I'm like, are they saving that for later? Will Gohan also travel with them? I need to know these things because like I play Dokkan, I play Legends, I like will be playing Sparking Zero. I need to know if my dude is gonna get new like units, if he's gonna get characters in fighting games, if he's gonna get cards, when they start releasing more Daima cards for the card game I play. Like, come on, bro, where is Gohan? And speaking of Gohan, I want to know where this is in the continuity, because we kind of seen how the anime, the movies, and the movies and the manga are all going in kind of different directions with continuity. And for those who don't understand, what I'm trying to say is that, for instance, in the anime for TOP, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, and that's kind of his unique form. However, that was not a form to be like, that wasn't a form made by Toriyama, that was like really a form made by like Toei and Shueisha. So like when you get to the Broly movie, Goku, he doesn't hit Ultra Instinct, but Vegeta doesn't hit Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. That's just not in there. And you go to the manga and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution's kind of touched on, but not really. We're looking at Ultra Ego. But then you go over to Dragon Ball Super Hero, where we didn't know exactly in the timeline where it was at. It seems like it happened right after the Tournament of Power. That's kind of like, or the Broly movie. It kind of seems like it happened shortly after the Broly movie. But then we get to the manga and we find out that the Granola arc, the Granola and Gas arc, the Moro arc, all these things happen before the Dragon Ball Superhero arc, which makes this even weirder, because that means that by the time we get to Dragon Ball Superhero, there should be a lot of adventures, technically, according to the manga, that Goku and Vegeta and Gohan have had a part in. But then you also have the sense that by the time we get to Dragon Ball Superhero, Vegeta should already know Ultra Ego, which is not stated in any other media. So I want to know where this is going to be. I want to know if we're going to be able to see, like, if they just tell us, okay, this happens after Dragon Ball Superhero. Okay, cool. that's cool, because since they're all different continuities, we don't have to see Ego right now. We don't have to, there could be a reason why we can't see Ego. Maybe, piggybacking off the point I made before, if Deborah was weakened being in the mortal plane, maybe Goku and Vegeta are weakened going into the demonic plane. Maybe they can't use their godly forms, which would mean no Ultra Instinct, no Ultra Ego, but you could say it's after that saga and still kind of get away with that with the fans. Maybe give us something else, and that'll be a whole nother point. But yeah, that would also allow us to maybe have Gohan be an extra commodity, because maybe he can still use Beast. There's just so many things we can do, but I want to know where it hits on the continuity in order to actually just kind of better have it in the headcanon on where things lay in terms of power scaling. Now, speaking of power scaling and product placement, yes, they are now kids, so you can technically have, like, you know, Kid Super Saiyan Goku, you know, Kid Super Saiyan Vegeta, stuff like that. But that doesn't really do too many things that we haven't seen before. We've already had GT Goku, and now having essentially the same treatment giving to Vegeta doesn't really seem like the best. So they're gonna have to reach in their bag a little bit. And I think that if we have some sort of demonic forms, like maybe in the demon realm you can't use godly forms, but you can use demon forms. And maybe that's how we get a new sort of power that can only be used during Daima. Then maybe people would really like. That allows you to give them that cool power up and then take it away from them by the time the series ends. But I think that that could be a cool way to just kind of give us something new to look at. I don't really know how they would go about this. I'm just kind of putting it out there. I don't think it would be that bad to see. But again, as a Gohan stan, if Goku and Vegeta have to access demon forms to go even stronger, maybe unlocking some sort of Super Saiyan 4 adjacent type thing, it would be really cool if Gohan could still use Beast, because it is not a divine form. Now, moving on to my next point. Okay, I said moving on, but wouldn't it really be cool to see Beast in the demon realm? Like, he already kind of looks demonic. I'm just saying. But yes, now, truly moving on. Probably my last point to wrap this video up, because I don't want to make it too long, is that I would love, and I mean love, for Daima to be more than one season. I don't want it to just be an open and shut kind of short story. I would love for them to get their adult forms back, but still have to do things in the demon realm. Like have a Demon World Succession tournament where the person maybe gets like the 3 Saiyans plus a couple more people to participate for that. I keep shoehorning Gohan in here because I want him to be in here, but the point is, I would really like it if we got to see just the Daima animation that we've seen so far in the trailer stretched out for a couple of seasons. That would just tickle me greatly. And I think that Dragon Ball needs that. We need a very well polished product that looks great, can bring in new people, but also shut up some of the haters who say that, you know, Dragon Ball is just dated. Dragon Ball can't hang with the new age anime and manga, things like that. I really think that we could use multiple seasons of this like really sharp looking animation and an actual storyline that harkens back to plot points that we've already had. I think that would work. I really think that would work. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, what you guys are waiting on. And I have more ideas, but if you guys like videos like this, I'll make a part 2, a part 3, however many I need to get out all of my ideas about Daima while looking at some of the things that we've already seen. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, as long as this channel is monetized by October, I'll be giving away at minimum 2 copies of Sparking Zero to the console of the winner's choice. And if we get 1,000 more subscribers over that, then I'll add in another one for each 1,000 we go over monetization. So with that being said, thank you guys. I hope you guys end up seeing this, enjoying this content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.